So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our Q&A of the week. And this week we have some interesting questions. Okay. Now, obviously, just to let you know, the subject I'm here talking to you about, I'm actually going to be also be discussing today on my Charadhasha lesson regarding meeting a guru, timing of meeting a teacher and a guru using Vimsamsa chart, birth chart, Navamsha, and even obviously Charadhasha. So that's on. And of course, my site was down due to some SSL certificate for the last 2 3 days. So site is back on, but obviously you can just log on to now KRSastrology.com instead of astrologycares.com. It works. That's a main one, so that works just fine. Because I know I was getting crazy amount of emails. I didn't even realize my website wasn't working until I received all these messages. Like, oh, okay. So fixing that's been fixed actually now. But let's start with the first question. So the first question comes from Anna Paul. She asked, how to see if someone has reached the level of spirituality, the point where they have witnessed portals, much like what you once talked about in your videos opening up in your home. Can you elaborate more on this portals? What is the purpose of these opening up, and what happens after it opens up? So first of all, talking about the advancement of spirituality and portals actually are two separate things. If you witness a portal, if somebody helps you witness a portal, okay, and yes, those are real, those exist, but it does not mean you're progressing spiritually. You could be at the exact same level as your neighbor who could be a computer engineer and an atheist, and their version of God is exactly what the maybe all the other atheists have. And you could be at the exact same level, although you're thinking you're more spiritually advanced because you're doing meditation and yoga. No, those things can takes time to build up. They take time to build up. So first, let's separate that. Portals do not mean you're spiritually advancing. For example, in spirituality, people can attain siddhis. Siddhis are certain powers. You can read somebody's mind. You can send a thought to somebody. You can telepathically communicate with your teacher, with your loved ones. You can send them a message or thought in their brain. Like, whoa. Like, so if they haven't heard from you or you haven't heard from them, they're like, wow, why am I getting this urge to call this person? That happens, but that's like a small level of advancement in spirituality. The real spirituality, when you realize that, okay, I have understood the omnipresence, the God realization, you will first of all ignore and hate all the siddhis and powers. You'll be like, I don't need this, I don't want this. When you're in this lower level plane of existence, like you and I are, we love that, right? We want that, uh, because we feel superior to everybody. The one who has advanced to the highest level of spirituality, they feel like, boy, I'm beneath everybody. I need to like wash everybody's feet. This is not enough. I need to do something for the world. And they will use their powers in a very subtle manner. They come across somebody really poor, financially hurting, and they have some kind of a health or illness. Let's say they have, some issue here, and they will touch that area without even telling them, just touch it, rub it, and boom, the person is healed. But portals, what simply they are, is this point of two intercepting, uh, what do you call, link paths. It's like, for example, when you see certain graphs where there's a dot and then there's a line, there's a dot, then there's a line, there's a dot, and they're like kind of moving, it's this. Portals are these pathways from going from one place to the other very quickly. Like, for example, if you have seen that movie Star Trek, The New Generation, where they open up a portal and Mr. Spock, the old one, goes through it. The young one goes through it, but it takes 25 years just to go from one end to the other, even though it's 2 seconds. And the whole time anomaly is taking place. So all this is, there's these different sections in on this planet, in the solar system, in this galaxy, in this universe, where you can travel from one point to the other. That's what portal is simply. And this is why when they say, like, for example, poltergeist, right? They say, oh my God, they have poltergeist in this house. What this means is that a certain access, your home, your dwelling was on a certain magnetic field that somehow just opened this thing up. How it actually came to be originally, well, you never know. There could be an Indian shaman. There could be some, pagan, priest or priestess that did a lot of prayers, did a lot of things, and started linking to these things, and they created a portal there. And once they passed away, civilizations advanced, cars, homes, roofs, everything came into play, and it was built over it. And now you're experiencing it. So it's not like you are now suddenly have some powers unless you really do realize and you're honest with yourself. You're like, yeah, I have this ability to open. Okay, that's different. But if something just opened up, that means you were simply on a land that where these magnetic lines were crossing and this portal was there. Okay. Now, of course, each door will have a surprise. Portals are like a box of chocolate. My mama say, portals are a box of chocolate. You never know what you're gonna get. Okay. So that's this particular question. Hopefully it helped. But do not never delude yourself that you're progressing spiritually. No, you cannot be. That's not one of the signs. Then the next question is, I saw your video of D24 chart, which actually I uploaded yesterday on my Charadasha lesson, because I'm progressing towards this last lesson in this academy. Which again, guys keep asking me, when will you start this Charadasha lesson next? No, it's in my academy. You can just watch the videos anytime you want. So I saw your video on D24 chart with Simon Chakosky mentioned that we need to see the Raj Yoga and divisional charts while analyzing them. How does Panch Mahapurusha Raj Yoga formed in D9 and D10 gives results, since D9 represents the second half of life and D10 obligation to society, like you said in your video. So yeah, that is true. Simon is absolutely true. You have to see Raj Yogas and divisional charts. And especially the divisional chart that you're looking at, it will be activating that thing in that chart. So, for example, Mahapurush Yoga. Now, you will find with many people Mahapurush Yoga, which occurs when planets are in their own sign, exaltation, in their Mul Trikon sign in Kendra, which are 1st, 4th, 7th, and 10th house. And yet, most people are like, well, I'm not Mahapurush, and nothing is positive happening in my life. What's going on? Well, there are several reasons why. Number one, are there any impacts of malefics upon that planet? Like Mars, Saturn, Rahu, Ketu. Whenever there's an impact of malefic on a Mahapurush Yoga planet, which is a benefic, it will cut down its effect. If that planet is trashed in Navamsha, okay, it's in a difficult place in Navamsha, then this effect, it's like you have a magnifier in front of a tiny bulb. That's what happens when a planet is looking strong in the birth chart and weak in the Navamsha. You think it's this big, huge light, but it's just a magnification. When the magnification is, when you look behind the magnification, it's like a tiny little flashlight. It doesn't really have much power. So that's what happens. Then you also have to see, is the person running through the dasha of that particular Mahapurush Yoga? If they don't run through that dasha, it's not going to do anything. It's just there. The other thing especially with Mahapurush Yoga in D24 chart. D24 represents your spiritual progress, hurdles in spiritual progress, temptations in spiritual progress. You can see when to meet a guru and when will you meet a guru, a teacher. Even your mentors are seen from this particular position. So in D24 chart, a Mahapurush Yoga which is unblemished, again, we are looking for confluences, we're looking for patterns. If let's say you're going through the period of your fifth house or ninth house, that Lord is strongly placed, meaning is exalted, aspected by benefics. You will see in that particular dasha, your spiritual progress rises. Your interest in spiritual progress rises. Now, especially, you will have these houses in Vedic astrology, right? Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. You will notice when a Mahapurush Yoga is in Dharma house, the person feels obligated to doing learning the higher spiritual knowledge. When a planet is in a Moksha house as a Mahapurush Yoga, the person is looking to end and burn all their karmas. When a planet is in the seventh house of Kama, one is desiring too much out of their spiritual progress. One is desiring that I need to have this, I want to have this. Okay, that becomes the Kama, the desires you want to fulfill in spiritual progress. That I want to do this, I want to meet the Guru, I want to get Kriya Yoga, I want to meet Babaji, and I want to then go to Himalayas, I want to be in a cave, I want to leave this world and do this, get Samadhi. Those are the desires. Then there's Artha. If a Mahapurush Yoga is occurring in an Artha house in your D24 chart, this is called Karma Yoga. A person will desire to do work in society to understand God and to get closer to God, because they understand that we are all children of God, and for me to serve the children of God itself is going to help me understand and get closer to God as the child of God. So this is how you want to understand. So never just take Mahapurush Yoga as face value. You got to do some research analyzing. You have to understand the techniques. You got to know the Yog Bhangas of Raj Yoga, Mahapurush Yoga, Dhan Yoga. What are the Yog Bhangas? So once you know on these things, that's when you start understanding, okay, when and why something will happen. Okay. And then I know there was this one question by somebody regarding Prarabdha Karma of Guru. I think this was Neil Agarwal. You often mentioned the role of Guru in one's life and how Guru can take away your Prarabdha Karma. Is it possible to see the actions of your Guru through your chart and how your Guru is guiding you through your life? Of course, but the thing is this about Prarabdha Karma. Guru does not take away Prarabdha Karma. Guru actually helps you burn those karmas. But what Guru does and their blessing, it eases the ability to burn that karma. Prarabdha is yours, right? So if, let's say, for example, your Prarabdha Karma shows that you're supposed to, have some kind of a paralysis on the hand, and it'll be immediate. Well, the blessings of Guru, what it does, the blessings will Guru will show that you will have a functioning hand, you will do everything, but time to time the hand just goes numb. You have pain in the hand, and you'll take some medicine, you get over it. But that entire one whole ball of fire that comes as a prarabdha, because you're supposed to suffer that, what Guru does, it kind of like stretches it out like a rubber band, so it's not so hot. So that hot ball of fire now thins out and becomes this warm sensation on the hand. So you are functioning, you're doing your work, yet you still deal with them. You deal with the pain, you're going to the doctor, and they're like, well, you can take this and try that, and it eases your pain. But it was that prarabdha that was supposed to happen. Now, how is the Guru functioning in your life? Look at the birth and Navamsha for this. Look at the nakshatra of Jupiter. How is Jupiter placed? Jupiter is the Guru, the Karka of the Guru, right? So see how the Guru will help you. If Jupiter, for example, is in your second or 11th house, Guru will guide you to find your sustenance, wealth, money. So this way you can be at ease to progress towards your spiritual life where you don't have to stress about money. If Jupiter is in the 10th house, okay, let's say 10th house in Ashlesha Nakshatra, that means Jupiter is exalted. Well, the Guru will make you experience magic and miracles in your work by their blessings. So this way, it can help you ease your spiritual progress. When you least expected your promotion, when you just knew and everybody knew you are not getting promotion, you're not getting this big, you know, placement in the government job, but suddenly you are the one who's getting that position. Because then Ashlesha brings this magic into play. These powers, these siddhis into play. The Guru makes you experience that. And then Navamsha will show inner workings of that. So again, it becomes, I have to really explain that. Maybe I'll explain it tonight on my Charadasha last lesson of meeting a Guru. I'm going to go into details. I think this is probably going to be a bunch of videos. Instead of 2 or 3 videos, I might have to make it in 4 or 5 videos. Because I'm going to explain the houses, then I'm going to explain certain things, including this. Like, how does a Guru impacts your life? So we'll go into details of that. Okay. So anyway, guys, I hope this Q&A was informative. Next week, we're going to do another Q&A. And if you're new to my channel, and if you want a consultation, books, reports, check out the links here. KRS Astrology. Or just make sure you subscribe so you don't miss these type of videos. Otherwise, we'll see you later.